Welcome to LifeBites Mindful Mondays. I'm life, business, and energy coach Nina Bosky. And in today's grounding session, we're going to help you get centered, cleared, and connected. Let's get started. From the base of your spine down to the center of the earth, we're going to take a nice big deep breath and create a grounding cord that's very strong and nurturing and fortifying. And we're going to take the roots of that grounding cord and really anchor ourselves to Mother Earth, to ourselves, to our essence, to who we are. And let's start to release everything that no longer serves us. Letting go of the past, take a nice big deep breath. Letting go of the future, take a nice big deep breath. And let's say hello to the here and now. Come into present time. And now about 2 feet out, you're going to create a circle of light all around you. And in that circle of light is a circle of yellow roses. Those yellow roses represent your true sunshine spirit, where your personality and your higher self are working hand in hand. Let's create a circle of pink roses around you, all about love and compassion. Let's give yourself a lot of self-love today and this week. And a circle of red divine roses that represent protection from anything that is not of your own energy and your own light. Everything that is not of you goes on the outside of your space. Your loved ones, your furry animals, your co-workers, everything and everybody, the world on the outside of your space. And say in your mind, I claim me. And take a deep breath, come up to your sixth chakra, right between the brow. And about 2 feet out, you're going to create your movie screen. Say hello to your life this week. Say hello to your opportunities. As we see the signs, what are the signs for the opportunities we're wanting to create? Say hello to your challenges. Can you become more neutral to your challenges? Can you say hello to your challenges? Can you see the signs in your challenges? What are your challenges teaching you about yourself? Say hello to your blessings. And can you look for the signs, explore the signs with the energy of your blessings. Take a deep breath. And let us check in. Physically scan your body and ask yourself, how do I feel physically? What's going on? Do you feel any stiffness, or any discord or dis-ease? Give it a golden light, some green energy for healing, and pink energy for self-love. And can you thank your body for giving you the signs of helping you tap in and tune in so that you can understand yourself better? And now let us affirm in your physical body health, vitality, strength, and flow. Take a nice, big, long, deep breath. Come up to the center of your head and visualize now a golden light getting bigger and brighter, encompassing the whole head area. Really envision that golden light as you're clearing the slate of your mind. Any fogginess, any frenetic or anxiety, any incoherence. Affirm in your mental mind, I am alert, receptive, productive, and present. As we clear the slate of our mind, it makes it more accessible to see, hear, and feel the signs. When our mind is all jumbled and stressed, we can't hear ourselves. So becoming more quiet and calm will help you see the signs. Take a nice big deep breath all the way up to your crown chakra and all the way back down to the bottom of your belly, back into your heart space. Say hello to your heart. Let's do this one more time as we open up your energy centers. You're opening up your flow. Take a deep breath all the way up to your crown chakra and all the way back down to the bottom of your belly, and then come back into your heart space. As you say hello to your heart, say hello to your feelings. The I feel. How do you feel in this moment? Keep it simple. Happy, sad, excited, calm, curious. Don't try to change your feelings at this moment. Just become aware of how you feel. And now I'm going to give you 3 feelings, and I'd like you to think about and feel into your intentions this week. What will conjure up the energy of looking and seeing signs? What qualities, what feelings, what energy do you need in order to see the signs? I feel loved, supported, nurtured, and let's do this one more time. Let's ground your feelings. I feel loved, supported, nurtured, and take a nice big deep breath. And come up to your seventh chakra. And we're going to go up about 4 or 5 feet into your 11th, 12th realm, the higher realms. We're going to open up those pathways and those channels for unseen forces, your divine self, to help you. So whatever your spiritual practice is, this is the time to ask for guidance and feel yourself plugging into you, your divine, your loved ones, to the world, and say to yourself, I am connected. I am connected. And now ask for support to help you see the signs. And what signs are you looking for? A beautiful question to help answer this week is, what do I want? What do I want? And then ask for guidance. Now take a nice big deep breath. And I'm going to invite you this week to come back to this place and spend some time in this guidance. We spend so much time in the physical world, and yet we get so many answers when we're quiet and calm and listen. Now put your hand on your heart and let's think and feel 3 things that you are grateful for. And really feel them in your heart. What are you grateful for? Now let's send love to somebody who may need it, including yourself. Let's all give ourselves an extra dose of self-love. And now let's bring down a beautiful golden sun of light coming down through the heavens, coming down through that crown chakra, into your sixth, igniting your sense of knowingness and intuition. That golden light moving down through your throat, your fifth chakra. What is your authentic expression? Your true self, as it moves down into your heart, filling you up with love, support, and nurturing, and anything else you'd like to feel this week, helping you to see the signs. The golden light goes down through your third, being able to manifest your intentions. As it moves down through your second, right below the navel, the I create energy. I create. The I create energy, the primal force of manifestation. As it moves back down into your first chakra, the foundation of life. Love of self. Love of self. As it moves down through your legs, creating that strength and flexibility. Down through your calves and into your feet. Wiggle your toes and have some fun with your fun fairies, as they will help you see the signs as it moves down into Mother Earth. And you say to yourself, I am grounded. I am centered. All is well. Life is good. And everything is moving forward exactly as it should be. Take a nice big deep breath. Stretch it out. And open your eyes. Woo! Now that you are grounded, cleared, and connected, let's move on to this week's message and life theme. So in this week's message, it's really about seeing the signs. And so when we think about seeing the signs, I know for myself, I wanted to see the signs so I can get what I want. Okay, that's a normal thing for human beings. But it's really interesting. I'm reading a book for a colleague of mine, and once it's out, I'm going to have each and every one of you read it, because it's actually a phenomenal book. It's a fictional book, or maybe not, and it's called Paradise, and it's all about the other side and what happens on the other side and the lessons that we need to learn and how we pick our lifetimes. And I want to go deeper with this topic, because we're so fixated on getting. Well, if I get this job, if I get more money, if I get the love of my life, if I have another baby, if I don't have a baby, if I get this project off the ground, then I will be happy. But it's really deeper of how we evolve as souls. So maybe one of the things that you can do is ask yourself, and we said this in the meditation this morning of the grounding, what do I want? Because the universe gets confused, because what'll happen is I'll say what I want, but then I have all this other emotion that actually contradicts what I want. Little kids don't have that yet, but as adults, we have created barriers, reasons why, excuses, challenges. This conflict over here or this issue over here keeps me from having XYZ. So, one of the things that you might want to ask this week in seeing the signs is, why am I here? And if you're in a challenge right now, what is the challenge teaching me about myself? Because if I fixate on the challenge and the external, I'll never get to the evolution of the soul. So some of you know a little bit about this week, and in it, I've had to really try, when I say try, to become more neutral to a challenge I have in the external world. And I think I finally landed today, which is great, because when you land, you're not attached so much to the emotion that you might be having in any challenge you have in your life. And the bigger the emotion, the less neutrality you have. And so there's some lesson in there that we have to uncover. So, interesting enough, in reading this book, it was touching on this through the character of the book. Is it an accident? I doubt that very much. It was tap, tap, tap. Are you going to keep going through this lesson, or are you going to evolve? So when we're younger and we're more, we're on our beginnings of our journey, the lessons seem really hard. But now when we look back, just like when we're in first grade, it seems so easy. When we get to college, we're going, oh wow, first grade was a snap. But when we're in first grade, man, that's all new. The world is new. And oh my gosh, I'm seeing all these things. So I want you, whether you're having a huge challenge, a little challenge, or you're wanting to create something new, or you want to evolve and open up to the next phase of yourself, you've got to get still. And that's where the signs start to open up. So in my challenge that happened midweek, actually happened a week ago, started a week ago, but the thick of it was midweek. It's like a storm for those of us that are in Southern California. It's 3 days of big storms. And so I think about it, it's a storm. Oh, it's hitting. And so I look at my reactions in that storm, in that moment, and I look at where I am right now. As part of this process from midweek to Monday now was sitting with it and evolving with this challenge and letting it permeate instead of reacting to. So what happens when we have a challenge that doesn't fit what we're trying to see, we then give it a attachment or a reason of why we don't have what we want. So then it becomes in direct conflict to what we're creating. So when I sent you, and for those of you who are listening to this on demand, if you want it, I will send it to you, the Abraham Hicks podcast about seeing the signs. It's not about the thing, it's about the energy. So I want you to ask yourself, does my energy match what I'm trying to create? So when I was trying to solve this issue, my neighbor, who is really versed in the challenge I was having, she's very straightforward. There's not a lot of room for, kumbaya energy. And she was challenging me. And I could not quite let go of my feelings because my feelings were not matching what I wanted. So I knew then that I still had to process my feelings before I acted on what do I want. Because if I would have acted out of feeling in that moment, I wouldn't have gotten what I wanted. It would have been the exact opposite. So I want you to look at your own life, and I want you to ask yourself, what do I want? And then I want you to ask yourself, does my energy match what I want? And if it does not, that's okay. That's why we're here. It's not that you're doing something wrong. It's just that we have to evolve as souls. So that gives you an opportunity to delve underneath and delve deeper and get to a neutral space to where your energy matches what you say you want. So, in looking for the signs this week, I want you to go a little deeper, not just getting the thing that you say that you want. And we all have them, and that's wonderful because that's evolving our souls. But if it's not matching, you need to do some work that has nothing to do with the outside world. It has to do with you. Don't get into the trap, which I almost did, in externalizing it's the outside world. How dare they? How is this happening? I was on Facebook earlier, and there was a woman who was talking about, she was actually really quite deep, but she was talking about the frustration in the world, the world energy right now. Every time you turn around, there's something in the external, the chaotic, hecticness, violence, the crumbling, etc. We all can feel it, touch it, know it. And I want to just say to you, if you can, that's why meditation and grounding and centering and quieting yourself is going to be really important, because the world around us needs to crumble in order to birth a new world. So in reality, what we look as a storm needs to happen. And guess what's on the other side of a storm? Is a beautiful world. But we have to be willing to let go of the old and evolve. So if we can get out of the judgment of the experience and work on ourselves right now, our own backyard, and look for the signs. How can I see the signs? And you're not sure what signs you're looking for? Ask. I need to understand my signs. What are they? See, that is where the universe can step in and help, because you're asking, number one. And number two, it has nothing to do with the outside world. It has to do with you. Seeing the signs. Let that miracle positive energy infuse you this week in order for you to feel it. So when I talked about the fun fairies and the grounding, conjure up that fun, magical space. And do it even if you don't feel it quite yet. Energy follows thought. So conjure it up. Have some fun. Play. Create. Not from the sense of, I've got to get this done. I've got to get this done. Got to knock it out of my list. Well, is that a happy place to be? No, it's a pressurized place. Gotta do, gotta do, gotta do. Well, you know what? Last week we were talking about gotta be. And this week we're opening up to see the signs. But in order to see the signs, we have to look beyond the external and see, what do I want? And see if it matches my energy. And when it does, the magic happens. So what I'm going to do now is, in our Mindful Mondays, we have a live session, and I've got a few of the people that are still with me. And this is such an exciting topic about seeing the signs. And each of us are on our journey of how we are seeing the signs. So I'm asking them, what do they want and how are they going to open up to seeing the signs? So you're going to hear what they have to say, but I'd like you to ask yourself that same question. We've been talking about this over and over, that same question. What do I want? How can I open and see the signs? So with that said, John, what do you want and how are you going to see the signs? What are you looking for this week?
Well, it's interesting. I think the signs are always there. It's up to me to be aware that they're there and not drive through them. The signs are not going to change. So I think the two things that I'm looking at is financial freedom and also creative fulfillment as they go together. And I think my awareness needs to be sharper. And I think just saying that has made me more aware that this week the signs will become more clear to me.
Beautiful. And doesn't it bring it into focus and it makes it much more simple so the universe can actually bring to you what it is you're looking for? Shelley.
Hello. Um, by the way, I really like what John said about financial freedom and creative fulfillment. So I want to serve women and children and refugees. And but I also, like John, would like financial freedom and I want to embrace my creative side and find creative fulfillment. That's something that's been out of reach for me and a bit scary to admit that I have a creative side. So, what I would like to do is just tune into the signs that the universe is sending my way and just find joy in the journey instead of the end result.
Joy in the journey. So, looking for the joy. Those are some of the signs. What brings you joy? And for those of you that didn't listen, that weren't listening to their, didn't hear their individual messages from earlier, one of the people said that, you know, part of it is just being in that energy. It's not about the thing, it's not about the mechanics, it's about the feeling of that joy. So, really tapping into that. And I think that's beautiful. So, thank you, Shelley. Let's go to Jeannie.
Hi. So, on the topic of joy, that is my intention is pure joy. And that just means to me excitement of life because I'm coming out of a place of being um, kind of really inside and fear and anxiety comes up and I'm done with all that, or I want to be anyway. So feeling that pure joy, and the signs are emotional. So when I see something or hear something and it strikes a chord in my heart and I get a little pang, that's when I know to pay attention. And um, and in paying attention to that, um, I just want to find joy in everything. I want to ask myself, even when something not so fun comes up, I can ask myself, is there any joy in that? So that I can really figure out there might be, and I just didn't see it at the beginning. So, and in doing that, I'm going to say yes to everything and stay open, at least for right now. And I'm going to listen to more music so that I can be more flowing and light and just enjoying.
I love that. And I'm going to let that just permeate out there for people to hear and just absorb. All right, Ruby, let's go with you.
Okay. So in this moment, I want success in my creative endeavors. Like I feel it's so deep inside of me. Um, but I'm not sure how I'm going to open up to seeing the signs for it because my logical mind is saying I can't have that creative success. Like I
Mm,
can't have that creativity in my life. So I think my mind closes me up so that I can't see and or I can't, I'm not looking for the signs. So I'm taking a deep breath and I'm going to relax and, like really be open to seeing the signs come naturally. Just let it flow. And
yes.
it's really
Well,
big.
this is a big one, and I want to say thank you for bringing this up because there's a lot of people that feel what you feel. Okay. So, as your next step, what you're rubbing up against is a paradigm. You have a creative calling, and then your mental mind says, no, you can't. Okay. So, in this next step, what I'd like you to do, and anybody else that's listening that can relate to Ruby right now, is I want you to ask yourself in your mental mind, who says? Okay. You're going to start to negotiate with that voice. So you're not going to give it credence like it used to. but you're going to let it be open to both sides. Okay. So I want you to be open to both being true. I have a creative calling and no, I can't. And if I just say hello to the energy and then ask myself, who says, you're going to start to realize it's some random voice that doesn't make any sense, because the reality is, in a logical mind, you actually can. But that voice says, no, you can't. That's the paradigm. That's the rub. Okay. So your next step right now is to be open, but not to judge yourself and say either or right now. I want you to just let it be this week. Let it, like you said, flow. Don't go into, therefore it means I can't. Don't take that next step yet, and see how that feels in your body energetically. And once you get that in a neutral space, then you could take the next space in terms of creating, like some of the other people are creating right now. You're creating too, you just have judgment on it right now. Make
Oh,
sense?
yes.
Okay.
Wow. Yeah, that's a really nice distinction. Thank you so much, Nina.
All right. Well, there you have it. A beautiful Mindful Mondays about seeing the signs. Now you get a chance to open up and see the signs. How you create your own magic in your own life. Be open and let it flow. I hope you've enjoyed this week's Mindful Mondays. Be sure to join us this Friday for another episode of LifeBites as we get you inspired in the areas of life, business, and media. I'm your host, life, business, and energy coach, Nina Bosky. And remember, until next time, sometimes in order to speed up, you've got to learn how to slow down.